Hello and welcome to another video. A few weeks ago I did a video about mental health and the importance of self-care in the workplace. It can be a real challenge for business owners, and I wanted this week to touch upon something that I mentioned but I didn't really go into that much detail on in that video. Every time someone joins the bizee team, I do a little personal intro to the company, and amongst the things I waffle on about are the company values, something which I do consider to be very, very important. Now, last on the list, but by no means least, is the statement, enjoy your work and enjoy your life. Now, I cannot force people to do this, of course, but the reason this kind of statement is in our values in the first place, because we believe passionately in finding time to draw a line under your work life and engage with your personal life. Yes, you know, we expect, as any business, that everyone works hard, but we also expect everyone to switch off from their work. And I'm never kind of really that impressed by receiving answers to emails at, 12 o'clock at night. It's fine if that's what you want to do, I suppose, whatever works, but it's not more impressive than receiving the replies to those emails during the working day, even if it means the next day. I think at midnight there are two things you should be doing, really. Either you should be in bed sleeping or you should be out partying. If you're living a fulfilled life outside of your work, experiencing valuable time thinking of things other than work, you will definitely perform better in your work, 100% guaranteed. Now, this works for an employee, but what if you're the business owner? Separating work from home is probably well nigh impossible in this case, especially when, you might feel that everything depends on you, you work exceptionally long hours, your office space may also be your home, which kind of makes things tricky. You probably feel emotionally attached to your work, which means you can't ignore emails and calls. You may also work with a family member, which then subsequently means that you kind of take your work home, or work talk, let's say, carries on even after hours, so to speak. And perhaps worst of all, you feel guilty when you do take time out from work. The little demons on your shoulder whispering in your ear, you should be working, you should be productive, you should be achieving something, you should be accomplishing something. Look at those guys over there, they're way better, they're way more successful, and so on and so forth. Now, I think I tick, or have ticked, most of these boxes in the past, although delegation has helped me to lessen the hours. But essentially what this kind of boils down to is the challenge of finding time to refuel, to recharge your batteries, and to refresh yourself, to come back fresher in order to work better. So how do I make sure that I switch off? As for many people, it doesn't actually come naturally. In the past, I've suffered from burnout. I've been anxious, depressed, frustrated, overwhelmed at times by work. I've also worked in very negative environments, which have caused me, let's say, to react badly to the kind of stress that is maybe natural even in the workplace. I've brought my work problems home, which have also had repercussions in my private life. But now, in the last sort of 3 years, I've found a way to manage this. And that way is nature. Spending time outside in the most non-tech of environments is fundamental to my well-being. I need, and I really mean I need, to step away from phones, laptops, TVs, calls. I need to immerse myself in nature. It separates me from the ties of work and a kind of connected life. It can be a walk in the woods, a quick couple of hours off to paddle on my local river, or an overnight camp on a hilltop at the end of the day's work. But it has to be outside, it has to be basic, and the main thing, above all else, it is totally guilt-free. It's guilt-free because I'm doing something. The beauty of nature, the birdsong, the sun, wind, rain, and the physical effort, as well as perhaps at times the absence of other human beings and the simplicity of an outdoor lifestyle, all add up to a great way of relaxing. It's a fix that I can administer whenever is needed, and this really can be as simple as taking my lunch in the working day to the corner of a field, sitting there for half an hour, recharging my batteries, and I'm ready for the afternoon. Tension eases, ideas come, problems shrink, and solutions often suggest themselves when I step away from the intensity of the workplace. Time spent in nature is proven to help reduce feelings of stress, anxiety, anger, has a huge benefits for our mental health. and I think also in our professional lives. So we're just coming towards the end of May now, and if you want to introduce a little bit of nature into your day, June is a really good month to do it. Why? Well, the Wildlife Trust's an organisation I've done a little volunteer work for in the past, and one I like to champion occasionally, is launching its annual initiative called 30 Days Wild. 30 Days Wild is a month-long nature campaign designed, I suppose, to get people to spend a little bit more time outdoors, a little bit more time in nature, appreciating it throughout the month of June. It's now in its 4th year, and hundreds of thousands of people will be taking part across the UK. I will be doing 30 random acts of wildness again this year, and here are some ideas how to incorporate this into your workplace. Why not try walking to work? Cycling to work as well, but I think walking, because it's a slower pace and it allows for reflection and is good in that respect for sort of recharging. Take your lunch outside. Eat your lunch somewhere out in nature. Take a meeting outdoors. We have so many meetings in sort of meeting rooms with no windows and maybe just a screen or something like that. There's no reason why you can't have a walking meeting. It's good enough for the likes of Arianna Huffington and Oprah Winfrey. It surely is for anyone else. Have a brainstorming session somewhere completely outside of the norm. Maybe this can also help to unlock some good ideas. Get your employees and colleagues out after work for some mini kind of adventure. Maybe build in some physical activities, outdoor activities as part of your team building. I think all of these things can be very productive, and I hope also that other people can find that nature really helps them to deal with the stresses and strains of the working life. If you want to know more about 30 Days Wild, visit the Wildlife Trust's website. You can also find links on the blog post that accompanies this video. That's on bizee.co/blog, bizee.co/blog. Feel free to comment below. Also on YouTube you can find the video. I'm always interested to hear what you think, how you deal with these things. What is your kind of guilt-free distraction from the stresses and strains of the workplace? Thank you.